Hello and welcome. As a hotel AI expert, I've seen firsthand just how much technology is transforming our industry. I'm really excited to guide you, the students of Europe Hotel School, on this online learning journey. In this explainer, we're going to dive into something crucial, the role of artificial intelligence and how it's completely revolutionizing the hospitality supply chain.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by talking about the old clipboard method and, frankly, why it's obsolete. Then we'll get into the good stuff, the predictive kitchen, an intelligent supply line, and what I call the all-seeing pantry. After that, we'll see how it all comes together to help us achieve zero-waste hospitality. And we'll wrap up by looking at how this automation actually fuels, not fights, culinary artistry.
Okay, so first things first. To really appreciate where we're headed, we've got to understand the problem we're solving. In today's world, the hospitality landscape is moving so fast. And those traditional ways of managing inventory, they're not just inefficient anymore. Honestly, they're a massive liability.
And this really hits the nail on the head. Just think about it. We're operating in a world where food costs are all over the place, and consumer demand, it can change overnight because of one viral social media post. So in that kind of environment, relying on a clipboard and just a gut feeling, well, that's not a strategy anymore. It's a huge gamble.
So let's look at this side by side. It really paints a clear picture of the massive shift happening. On the left, you've got the old way, manual counts, procurement based on gut feelings, which leads to high waste and just so much inaccuracy. Now look at the right. This is the 2026 standard, AI prediction, data-driven purchasing, which means minimal waste and pinpoint accuracy. The difference is just night and day, right? The benefits are simply undeniable.
Okay, so the big question is, how do we actually make this shift? Well, let's start with our first piece of the puzzle, and it takes us right into the heart of any hotel, the kitchen. This is where a platform like BlueCart comes in and makes a massive difference. Think of it as a predictive powerhouse for all your inventory.
Right. And the magic word here is predictive. See, BlueCart isn't just another ordering tool. No, it's a really smart system. It uses something called a deep learning engine, which is just a fancy way of saying a very, very advanced AI that crunches all sorts of data. We're talking historical purchasing cycles, real-time sales, all to predict exactly what you're going to need and precisely when you'll need it.
So how does it actually do this? Well, for one, it analyzes the burn rate of items. That's basically how fast you're using up your perishables, so nothing goes to waste. If you're part of a bigger restaurant group, it has this multi-location sync feature, which is a lifesaver. It'll also send you these AI-driven alerts when you hit a critical low point on an item. And the best part, it can even do auto-reordering with suppliers you've already approved. Super efficient.
Bottom line, BlueCart ensures the kitchen has exactly what it needs, precisely when it's needed. It's all about eliminating the guesswork, making sure your team is never caught off guard, and ultimately protecting your service and your profits.
All right, so managing what's inside your kitchen is one thing, but that's really only half the battle, isn't it? What about all those ingredients before they even get to your door? Well, that's where our next tool, Lynx, comes into play. It adds this crucial layer of intelligence to your external supply chain.
So what does Lynx do? It's all about predictive visibility. It gives you foresight. Think about it. In our global food economy, one little shipping delay, one tiny temperature change in a truck, that can completely ruin a key ingredient for your star menu item. Lynx uses AI to see those disruptions coming before they happen, so you can prevent them from ever impacting your restaurant.
And it's really smart about it. It maps out distribution lanes to predict delays, it monitors global logistics, even weather events in real time. But for our industry, this cold chain monitoring feature, it's an absolute game changer. It keeps a close eye on those temperature-sensitive goods, your seafood, your dairy, and makes sure they stay at the perfect temperature during transit. That just massively cuts down on the risk of spoilage.
So really, Lynx protects the integrity and the timely arrival of your ingredients, all the way from the producer to your kitchen. It's like having a guardian for your supply line, ensuring what you ordered is exactly what you get.
Okay, so we've got the external supply line secured with Lynx, we've got our internal ordering optimized with BlueCart, but there's one final critical piece to this puzzle. And that's bridging the gap between the digital world of your inventory records and the physical reality of what's actually on your pantry shelves. And for that, we turn to Zebra Technologies.
What they offer is something called machine vision inventory, and it's pretty much what it sounds like. So instead of having someone manually count everything with a clipboard,
Zebra uses AI, smart sensors, and RFID tags. You can think of those as superpowered barcodes to automatically track your physical stock. It's an automated, real-time view of what you have 24/7.
And the capabilities here are amazing. It can track the specific shelf life of every single ingredient, and it alerts the chef before something is at risk of spoiling. It digitizes the entire pantry, giving you that real-time visibility. And this is so important. It means you can integrate with food traceability software and make decisions based on what you actually have in stock, not just what your spreadsheet says you have.
And that's the key, right there. Zebra closes that gap between the digital ledger and the physical pantry. It gives you absolute confidence that what the computer says is exactly what's in the storeroom. And that just wipes out a huge source of human error and waste.
All right, let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Because while each of these platforms is powerful on its own, the real magic happens when they work together. We're talking about a holistic, integrated system that creates something truly special, a zero-waste approach to hospitality. So, let's follow the flow of this autonomous supply chain. Step 1. Lynx is out there predicting and protecting the external supply. Step 2. That feeds into BlueCart, which automates and optimizes all your internal ordering. And finally, Step 3. Zebra is on the ground tracking the physical inventory with perfect accuracy. You see how each step feeds the next? It creates this beautiful, efficient, self-correcting loop.
And the collective impact of all this? It's truly transformative. It minimizes all that friction in the purchasing process. It drastically reduces human error, like forgetting to order the salmon for the weekend special, or accidentally double ordering expensive truffles. This all creates a much more predictable bottom line and helps you optimize your spending and relationships with suppliers. It's a win-win-win.
So, where does this leave us? What does this all mean for the future of culinary operations? This brings us to what I think is the most exciting part of this whole conversation: how artistry meets automation.
And please hear me on this, because it's the most important takeaway of all. This isn't about AI replacing the chef. Not at all. It's about AI liberating the chef. It handles all the tedious administrative logistics, the counting, the ordering, the tracking, so that your culinary teams are freed up to focus on what they do best: creative execution, innovation, and perfecting that amazing guest experience.
Look, as you all move forward in your careers, this kind of technology isn't going to be a nice to have. It's going to be the standard, the foundation of efficiency and sustainability. So I want to leave you with a question to carry with you on your journey. The science is solved. The tools are here. So how will you use them to perfect the art? I, for one, can't wait to see what you create. Thank you.